Where is this girl? There you are! Welcome! And you have a new hair!
Hi, I got a new hair, guys.
Okay, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I watched the film
Okay.
a few days ago and I tried to do hair braids. Want to become a member of
That film
that
universe?
film's universe.
Oh, cool, cool. You can always do that.
I'm happy to hear that Korea is one of the earliest country to release the film in the world.
So what's this film we keep talking about?
So guys, today's pop review is about Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever.
Yes, let's do this. As you guys know, Black Panther Wakanda Forever is based on the comic series Black Panther, and the lead is played by Letitia Wright, who comes in as Black Panther following the passing of Chadwick Boseman, who played King T'Challa in the previous installment. And in this year's installment, the villain is played by Tenoch Huerta, who comes in as Namor, the king of the underworld, Atlantis.
Well, I want to share about character Namor.
Who's this guy? Who's Tenoch Huerta? It's the first time I heard about him. I know he's Mexican, he's great. Anything else we need to know about him?
Actually, it's not about him, it's about the character.
It's about the character, okay.
The Marvel characters.
All right.
Well, initial storyline is like Namor came to say Black Panther to join their community cabal, and Black Panther denied it.
He didn't like it, right?
Yeah, and then after the story is like Dark Room villain came to the Wakanda and destroy everything. But in the story, this story has been changed. It features about the characteristic of Namor, also Aztec and Maya culture, which is never featured before.
Introducing Namor was really an opportunity to introduce another sovereign ruler of a group of people. He shows up representing Talokan.
Namor loves his people. Talokan has a deep meaning for me. It's part of my personal heritage as a Mexican, as an inhabitant of Mesoamerica. Finally, I could find a more powerful representation of my culture with dignity and respect.
You know, he affected the world, man. When you experience trauma, oftentimes like it happens like a bomb, and like sometimes people are right there in that blast radius. You know what I'm saying? And for working on something that everybody cares about passionately. You know what I'm saying?
In the interview of Ryan Coogler, he also mentioned about him. He really make a really big influence to the world. So that's why they also make some big part of him, even he's not there in the persons. They made a opening sequence of Marvel logo with his all images. Yeah, I saw the mural of him drawn on the wall. Also, the Rihanna song is also really tribute.
Connected to that.
The mood.
The mood of it.
Yeah. Black Panther becomes a symbol of Black culture.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So after the series 1 was released in 2018, it was a really big influence to all over the world, especially for Africans. African Americans or African who are living in African country or Caribbean community.
It kind of created like a mega world of all Black people.
Yeah, even some many celebrities like salute with the Wakanda Forever.
It did create that mega world of Blacks, whereby we kind of felt like we belonged to some fictional country.
Yeah, as it's the first time to feature African heritage
in such a big way.
Yeah.
Right? Black Panther 2 also has similar approach to, design of these, costumes and accessories.
So this time I could see different styles of buildings showing the technology of Wakanda.
Yeah.
But also combined with some different buildings of heritage, like let's say Great Malls.
In Mali, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the different details which is rooted in Africa.
So it's kind of a drawing force to Africa, using different elements from all corners of the continent.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jesus has some dialogue lines that she liked very much. Would you like to, share a few of that?
Yeah, so...
Or do you want me to go first with the one I liked?
Let me go first.
Okay, cool.
I liked the dialogues from Namor.
Cool.
He told to Shuri when they talk about the alliance together to defeat the world outside. So he said, how is never as important as why.
Very deep.
Yeah, that's very deep, very deep, just very deep in many ways.
Yeah, yeah. So I think you always have to understand the root meaning of why you're doing something.
Yeah, so it's really helped me to understand what I want to do while I'm watching that film. Anything you like?
Mine will also have to come from Namor. And this time he's introducing himself.
Who are you? I have many names. My people call me Kukungkan. But my enemies call me Namor.
The way he delivered it is so pure in the sense that it captures these two identities. Like to his people, he's literally a god. But even gods have enemies, you know. There are people out there who still root for his death, wish him downfall, and kind of sums up the concept of life itself. So,
yeah, that's really impressive.
So I think I really like that.
Yeah. And what I like about the film is there are a lot of artists involved in the soundtrack.
Amen.
Burna Boy, Rema, Thames, Stormzy, and guest Rihanna. Rihanna came with her new songs after 6 years of break.
Lift Me Up.
Lift Me Up.
Yes.
It features in the end credits with a really, really powerful emotions.
I almost cried when that song came.
Yeah, and director is involved really deeply with these songs making together.
If you haven't listened to Lift Me Up by Rihanna, you gotta do that immediately. After watching this film, play that music many times. It's really beautiful. You're gonna love it. We like about Black Panther in its approach to music this time is how it was able to bring in artists from different parts of the world to, you know, create this amazing soundtrack. Really beautiful.
It's kind of overthinking, but I feel like it's also the marketing is also using this one as a strategies of the film.
Chadwick Boseman, when he passed away, he was very much loved, you know, after Black Panther 1. And even way before that, he was very much loved and admired and had a lot of fans around the world. So anything with his name definitely is going to get some attention. Yeah, big attention, that is. Yeah. And I think as part of that, we see Black Panther 2 getting so much attention.
Yeah.
Pretty much because of the
It's got
connection
a
to
lot
Chadwick
of
Boseman.
scores.
Yeah.
And one thing I also concern, it's about what if the marketing is kind of using African heritage or African identity to make a profit. Because when they targeting all over the people, it means a lot of more possibility to make a profit. Wakanda is really rooted in different culture in African continent, so it means they can get a lot of audience from different borders.
Parts of the continent.
Yeah.
On that point, I would just say, like, you know, when you see these costumes, and these are directly inspired by real costumes in Africa. But the thing is, someone can always just take that off the film and make it for profits. So the question therefore becomes, like, a film like this that shows these African elements like in their full glory and beauty, you know, it could risk ending up in the hands of someone who wants to exploit those copyrights.
Their costume honors many regions of Africa. This is Dora Milaje's right here. There's a harness which is inspired by the Turkana tribe, neck rings and arm rings inspired by the Ndebele, leather inspired by the Himba tribe.
Carter became the first African-American costume designer to win an Oscar.
Maybe that's something we need to find out. Like, do they have anything on the ground? When I say the ground, I mean Africa, that they're doing to kind of give it back to these communities? Because it definitely belongs to them. Yeah, so that's a good question. We'll also try to find out. If you have any information about that, you can always share with us on the comment section.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Also, I have some concerns about the film.
I'm curious.
I think as the Black Panther really represent of Africa somehow, and the way I how see my African friends are celebrating this film together in the opening party of the film screening day. I feel like they really like Wakanda as a part of their community and identity. So also in the film, Wakanda also take a lot of details from different
cultures,
ethnic groups and some architectures or heritage. So I also worried if this film also make generalization of Africa itself.
That kind of aspect.
I think it's a good to see this kind of African culture becomes one of the biggest film in the world that will also affect somehow the way we think about Africa.
Yes, it could generalize some things. Let's say someone who has never been to Africa or read anything about African communities, when they see Black Panther, that person can assume that that's how the whole of the continent behaves. I agree. There could be some danger in generalization as well.
I think so. Overthinking or over meaning too much, it's not
necessary.
Because this is just film. Film is film.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's important to know which details are coming from. Like, let's say some costumes are coming from Maasai ethnic groups,
Zulu,
or Hamba
Soto,
groups. It's better to know exactly how the productions get inspired but change to their own stories.
So you mean like true fans of Wakanda Forever should be able to follow up and find out a little bit more about what they see, right? Don't just consume it as it's packaged, right? I agree with that.
But there's no doubt that Black Panther lead a community in a world of Black culture.
For sure. It's like an opening door to Black culture. But once you go through that door, I think you have the responsibility to understand more, find out more. Film is just 2 hours. It cannot explain every element, right? Okay, and last but not least,
fiction. It's fiction. Don't see Wakanda as the image of Africa itself.
Correct. And if you have anything else to say, you can always chat with us or express your views in the comments section.
We are always waiting for the new conversation with us. We can't wait to see you next time. Wakanda forever! well, I tried to find the right costume to wear the suit like Wakandan people, but I couldn't. But
don't worry, Wakanda is in the heart.
That's true.
Still a member of the family.
Yeah.
Okay.